A ministerial team led by Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu this afternoon into the evening conducted community meetings following walkabouts in several villages on the east coast of Demerara. Welcome to this special edition of Info Hub, where our team traveled with the ministers to bring you coverage of the meetings. It's Wednesday, July 3. Reconnecting with communities is paramount to the coalition government. This assurance was given by Prime Minister Nagamutu and echoed by several other government ministers as they interacted with residents of Haslington, Golden Grove, and Nabakalis to address issues that exist within these communities. Here's our first report.
The Prime Minister expressed that while others may think of the government's efforts to meet the people as a waste of time, the exercise has reaped many benefits.
Some have called this a kind of a circus, that you're going to make publicity, that you're only reaching out now because you have some problems, political problems, such as the no confidence vote. But I want to refute that. I want to say that this is part and parcel of our method of governance.
At the meeting held at the Golden Grove Primary School, issues related to housing, agriculture, and job and business opportunities for youths were raised. Ministers assured the residents that the government is working swiftly to address these issues.
I want to make it clear that your government, His Excellency, is indeed committed to solving all the housing issues. I can boldly say that this government inherited a huge backlog in housing. What used to be happening actually is that, you were allowed to apply for house lots, and the reality was that there wasn't house lots available.
Among the many things that the government promised during the campaign of 2015 is that we will provide our pensioners with $20,000, and we have fulfilled that promise.
Meantime, the minister within the Ministry of Agriculture, Valerie Adams-Yearwood, disclosed that programs in various sectors will be materialized within the shortest possible time, such as the resuscitation of farming in the villages.
One of the things the president would like to see is the farmlands in the villages reactivated, have farming done again. And I can tell you this because when I was appointed minister responsible for rural affairs, in our initial conversation, this is one of the visions he shared.
For Info Hub, Delicia Haynes.
One good term deserves another. This sentiment was expressed by Minister of Public Security Kemraj Ramjatan as he addressed residents of Enmore while highlighting the development achieved under the coalition administration.
Minister Ramjatan was at the time addressing residents at a community meeting at the Enmore Hope Primary School along with several others ministers of the government. The minister told residents that more development took place under the coalition government in 4 years than in 23 years under the opposition.
One good term deserves another. And it is important then that you understand that what we have started in 2015, we must ensure that we continue right through to 2025. We are going to have a better day. A better day is coming. That oil and gas revenue stream is going to make Guyana the richest country in America. And we will take that money and ensure that public servants get a better deal.
Minister of Social Protection Amna Ali urged residents to continue to support development.
We must now embrace the issues and competence. And I can tell you that if we embrace issues and competence, we will return this government to office so that it can continue to develop your community, your region, and your country.
Minister of Social Cohesion Dr. George Norton noted that the administration is confident in the direction it is taking the country, ensuring that young people have access to quality education.
You have an administration that is going to support your children in their academic trust so that they can achieve the best, because this administration will stop at nothing to give your children the best chances in improving their educational standards.
Minister of Communities Ronald Bulkan, Minister of Business Hemraj Ramkumar, and newly appointed Minister of Public Infrastructure Jaipal Sharma were also present at the meeting. Isaiah Braffett for InfoHub.
Over at Anns Grove, residents came out in their numbers to the community meeting and spared no effort in raising their concerns. While their issues were few, the praises were many for the work being done by the government.
The ministers conducted a walkabout before convening for a community meeting. Minister of Agriculture Noel Holder, Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson, Minister of Education Dr. Nicolette Henry, and Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs Sidney Allicock were in attendance. First to bat was Minister Patterson, who assured the residents of his commitment to do his part to make the community safer.
I've also just this afternoon, passed an instruction that street lights must be lit in Anns Grove. And I give you that commitment that will be done as soon as possible within the next 6 to 8 weeks.
Next up was Minister Henry in response to a claim that the children in the community are struggling with learning to read. She pointed out that her ministry has initiated several programs to improve learning throughout the country and will continue to be steadfast in those efforts. Minister Henry noted that
the best narrative in this entire country for the 2019 National Grade 6 Assessment came from a child from Clonbrook Primary.
Resident Tweedale Smith had some kind words for the government.
I am here to congratulate the present administration from the work what they are doing. And I am so happy as a young individual, a young single parent whose husband has died 5 years. And even though I am here standing as a single parent, side by side with our government, I am so happy for what they are doing.
Reporting for InfoHub, Nicosi Bruce.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways, and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Residents of Industry and Plaisance took advantage of the opportunity to highlight their concerns. They met with Minister of Public Service Tabitha Sarabo-Halley and Minister within the Ministry of Social Protection with responsibility for labor, Keith Scott.
Minister of Public Service Tabitha Sarabo-Halley called on residents of Industry and Plaisance to hold their elected officials accountable to bring about changes in their communities.
We have certain things that we expect of government, and there are certain things that government should do for us. And we have a right to have those expectations. But at the same time, I think there are things that we need to be able to do as a community that we have stopped doing. And if we get back to that, I think we would be in a better place.
The residents raised several issues including drainage and irrigation. Minister Sarbo Hali, while assuring the matter will be addressed, noted that this falls under the preview of the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority, NDIA, and the Regional Democratic Council, RDC. She also implored the residents to cooperate to further develop their communities and urged the youths to be the leaders for the future. Also speaking at the event, Minister within the Ministry of Social Protection, Keith Scott, noted that while Guyana has a far way to go, the APNU-AFC government is a transforming and transparent government.
We are determined to make sure that you and your 18-year-olds who should be on that list get on that list. This is why we keep telling you, make sure that you have your documents ready so that they can be registered when the time comes. I want every single one of you to make sure that not only you, but your children and your grandchildren are registered, because the future is in their hands, and the future begins when you have the power to choose a government of your choice.
For InfoHub, Ayana George.
At Bedford-Wacton, the ministers at that location encouraged the residents to stay the course as the government continues to work in their best interests.
Bedford-Wacton residents were urged to stay the course and cooperate as Guyana prepares for elections and first oil. At the community meeting, Natural Resources Minister Raphael Trotman reiterated that despite what some purveyors of doom may preach on television, now is not the time to become complacent.
We know that God has a purpose, God elected a government, and God is going to protect his government and his people. That, however, that doesn't mean that we are to be complacent and we are to do stupidness and we are not to be prepared and not to put up a fight and to fight back when it is needed.
Public Telecommunications Minister Catherine Hughes reminded that the opposition declined to take up their places on state boards, noting their tardiness in parliamentary affairs instead of cooperating to work with the government to take Ghana forward. Despite this, she noted that much has been accomplished.
We have ways more to go. But it's as if the Lord gave us this remarkable gift when everybody else in the world got all kind of problems. Guyana, no, we ain't got it right now. But guess what? Come 2020, things gonna be a lot better. It is up. I would say to you, it's up to you to decide who you want.
Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Basil Williams, SC, noted too that whilst some are trying to play the race card, the coalition government is colorblind and all must work together.
We are going to continue doing this work. I know we have our team, and we have the AFC parlaying, matching us on the structure. We expect to have greater intensity in the operations on the ground on the East Coast. Can we do it? Yes. Onward to victory whenever elections are called.
The three ministers hosted the interactive community meeting after conducting a walkabout in the East Coast Demerara village. Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
Government ministers will again on Saturday, July 6, fan out in several other villages on the east coast of Demerara. Some of these include Vislust, Melanie Damshana, Coven John, Victoria, and Boxton Friendship. Walkabouts will be held prior to the community meetings, where residents are encouraged to let your voices be heard, raise your concerns, and have them addressed by the ministers. Follow our social media platforms for details of the meetings. This was a special edition of InfoHub, where we brought you coverage of government's meetings with several communities on the east coast of Demerara. Connect with us on WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy, and pop over to Instagram for the latest photo updates at DPI Guyana. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye for now.